Coach, kind of a two-part, but A, the emotionalism of this game, and then B, how do you move on quickly with one day of preparation and then a game?
You said it. Just have to watch the film, get better, adjust with the one day in between, and move on from there.
Jen, just talk about the decision to sub Tina in. She didn't play the entire fourth quarter and then subbed her in like that final possession.
Just wanted a vet on the floor at that time.
Coach Sue was coming in and talking about there was an option to maybe foul on the last play. Could you just walk us through kind of defensively what was your strategy and what went into that decision?
Yeah, we talked about it. I just looked at some clips. It was tough to get there, to execute that specifically, but we talked about it and just didn't execute it. It's on me. I'll take it on the head. All of what happened end of game, all of our execution things, that falls on me.
Questions on this thing? Kevin?
I mean, specifically regarding fouling there, I mean, how much of a concern with valuable time left is it fouling in the act, and then just kind of walk us through that play which you saw in Sutton?
The one where Asia traveled?
No, the young shot.
Yeah. Just looked at on the film what happened where there was a slip out. There was a guard to guard, and obviously Young at the basket. This was the play you're referring to. Young at the basket. We couldn't foul in that instance. They went immediately from sideline of bounds into the play, and that is difficult to defend, especially when she was right going into her shooting motion.
Do you think that the way the game ended in regulation, or the way regulation ended, carried over a little bit into overtime, maybe a little bit of an emotional letdown?
Probably some fatigue set in as well. I think we had that momentum and we wanted it to be done, and it wasn't.
And what was it like for you to get Gabby back today?
It was great. I thought that, she helped us tremendously. I know she has to get back her wind a little bit. Steph Talbot came in and gave really good minutes, but it was good to have Gabby's intensity, physicality, energy back on the floor with us.
So you briefly mentioned the play at the end where you said Asia might have traveled. Was that something that you talked to the referees about after it happened, or was it?
Yeah, there was no moment to talk to them about it.
Any questions, sir?
Obviously, a very disappointing loss. But now Game 4 is win or go home. How do you kind of rally the troops?
Exactly that. It's one game at a time at this particular junction of the playoffs. Look at film, get better, stay positive with it, and just infuse a lot of that within our group.
Then we have one question on Zoom. Andy, go ahead on Zoom. Go ahead.
Hey, Noelle, just wanted to know if there's any consideration about playing Steph Talbot as the Magagor in overtime, considering how much success they had in the fourth quarter.
Steph Talbot did play in overtime, maybe a little bit sooner. In those moments, we ended the game with that group on the floor, and I think just wanting to start with our starters who have been our best five in this particular season, just trying to find some momentum and knowing that fatigue had set in. Again, my decision, maybe it's right or wrong, I'll take the blame for everything.
Andy. Thanks, Andy. Nikais, go ahead. Roberta, can you turn that up, please?
Can't hear.
Nikais, can you repeat your question, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. To begin the game, it looks like defensively y'all started out with more heavy, more traffic as opposed to just looking in the first two games. Was that just trying to set more of a tone defensively, or just something?
So the end of the question. Started out trapping, was that set the tone?
We didn't. Well, actually, yeah, we started out trapping a couple of players. Yeah, I just wanted to be aggressive where we thought certain players who aren't involved in certain actions, just kind of trying to take players off their strengths. That was kind of the decision into how we started the game, and we had to adjust as players as the game adjusted.